I'll add some music eventually, but we're going to go live in about 8 minutes here. I'll add some music eventually, but we're going to go live in about 8 minutes here. I'll add some music eventually, but we're going to go live in about 8 minutes here. Okay, welcome. It's a Wednesday. NVDA reports earnings later today. I wonder what we're going to get, honestly. It might just chop all day. So I'm on the camp of not maybe trading that much all day. We can do the morning play and then just sit out until 3:40. It seems to have worked out really well for the past week. And we've been able to at least not miss any opening and closing plays so far. Now, I'm not saying we will never miss. We definitely will. Maybe today is the day. Who knows? But I am pretty excited about today's open. I think it's a bull trap in the making, or depending on how we come up to at 925. We'll see if they do a bear trap and then reverse up, or if they do a bull trap and then reverse down. So that is what I'm thinking. George is already saying we're bearish here. He's saying, hey, we've swept a lot of liquidity at the equal highs, which is 690.74. And we've swept all the liquidity around this 690 area. So he's saying we're going to go down towards the next layer of liquidity, which is the sell side at 686. I actually believe him. I think this is right. But I also want to see how we open in the first 5-10 minutes, because the 690.74 rejection is pretty keen. And that's where my mind goes towards. They either dump down towards this area and the reverse up, or they come up and sweep the 691.66 area and then reverse down. So I drew these two different paths or scenarios that we might get. It might be, more explosive, or we might just chop in this $2 range. If that is the case, I just don't want to play until tomorrow, because there's no point getting chopped out here. I will say I've seen a lot of you get more comfortable and confident with the plays. Do not oversize. It's pretty easy to make that mistake. I've been guilty of doing that myself, where once I've made a couple $100 trading, I'm like, okay, all in. But that's how you blow up your portfolio. So please do not oversize here. Let's just make sure that we are doing this the right way, and that we are able to understand how to size appropriately to our portfolios and do what we're comfortable with. Don't just ape your $500 that you made today. What I did yesterday was I was able to turn, since Monday, I was able to turn $100 into $1,000. You all saw me do it. It was kind of fun to do it, but I'm not going to risk the full grand here. I'm going to risk anywhere between $250 to $300 for today. And I want to see where that ends up by the end of the day. So that's been pretty good. But I just want to make sure that people aren't oversizing here, because it's pretty easy to blow up your portfolio once you get overconfident, and overconfident is not part of the process. The process is to just keep everything consistent, understand when to get in and when to get out, and not do anything else for the rest of the day. We did swing some OCLO calls that are up about 20%. They were up about 80% before open. But I want to see where we end up here. And someone's just told me Twitter's not live. There's a delay there. I can't help it. That's why we're doing this live on Discord, because y'all have paid for this. And I will make sure that we are up and running here. Just give me a second. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. There's a 5-minute delay. I just can't do anything about that. And that is what it is. All right. As I was saying, we swung these OCLO calls. They were up about like 30%. I think this is going to go and fly today, only because of the government and the State of the Union yesterday. OCLO does look like it's a nice cup and handle. So if I look at it on the 4-hour here, I'm seeing this really nice shape form. And I think you're going to go create those higher highs and higher lows. So I really like OCLO swings, or even comments at this point in time. The all-time high was like 192, 200 almost. So like getting it at a discount here is pretty appealing. And I really like this and how it's setting up. So maybe it's worth chasing here. Not chasing, but it's worth buying some comments here if you're so keen. Or getting calls for the end of March towards that 80 or 90 target, which is what I have here, because that's where, to me, there's a layer of liquidity here that we're looking to sweep. Whether that happens in the next month or two, I have no idea. But I do like the risk and reward for how this is set up. And those contracts are not that expensive for the end of March. So I think it's worth taking there. We took the 70 calls because we know that there's going to be some amount of manipulation to get to this equal high here at 72. So that's really what I'm looking for the weekly target. Whether we get that or not, no clue. But it is a good risk and reward strategy at this point in time, which is why we swung those calls, or why some of us swung those calls. I think you saw me talk about defend yesterday. I bought some literally in the morning, and we're up about, I'll just measure that move. We're up about 6% there, and I think it's going to fly towards 95 by the end of the week if that doesn't happen today. And KTOS, this is another thing that I was mentioning yesterday. This is also something that we ended up, I ended up buying comments in just because the contracts were really expensive. And again, we're up about 6% on those commons. So if anyone tailed, congrats, enjoy the gains. I'm going to be looking to exit that position pretty soon. Lily's been accumulating. I really like how this is set up. This is your control bar here. So I think it comes back within this range. We've been net buyers. And again, this is that imbalance situation that I've been telling everyone about. What happens when you're above the 50% on the imbalance? Everyone becomes a net buyer. We're seeing this in action in real time. This is amazing. It's good for me. If we end up doing a retest here at 1,027, then I want to buy some calls for the end of the week towards that 1055 target. I do think this is going to nuke down a little bit because you have your left shoulder, head, right shoulder come back down to this control bar right in the middle. If that holds above the 50% line on its imbalance, great, we can buy some calls. If it doesn't, we're buying some puts. Nothing crazy there. Oh, actually, let's look at the gold chart while we're at it. Gold, I've been a bit bearish on. I mean, I saw the sweep happen. They filled this gap, went up, and now I think we're going towards that 520 area. I was saying we should get calls yesterday, but I didn't see the action that I wanted. It was all consolidation and accumulation. I think the draw here is towards the 481 area by either today or by Friday. So I might get some 480 calls tomorrow, and we'll see where that ends up. Was that GLO, Google easy, or was that gold? Inverse gold, GLO. All right, let's go look at that. I think we'll have to look at it on the 4 hour because it doesn't have a lot of liquidity here. It's setting up at bottom. Might be time to short gold, but I wouldn't take it here. I'd be patient. Yeah, I was going to open the silver chart. Give me a sec. Silver looks better in my opinion. It's already gapped up. This is kind of what I was expecting. I want to see if we reject at that 83.14 area, which is the next layer that I marked out for liquidity. You could probably lotto 83 calls this morning because it is Wednesday and gold and silver and a couple other tickers trade on Wednesdays now. So I think 83 calls are pretty good risk and reward. Just watch for the rejection at 83.14. You're pretty close to it. But I do think it flies towards the $90 target. And I did swing some 96 calls for the end of March for silver. If anyone's in them, we've made a lot of money. Like those are up 50% at this point in time. So just take the win, scale out, and go from there. Why people are DMing me, I have no idea. We're live here. Just say what you need to say. All right. KTUS, DFAN, we went over. Gold, silver, we went over. I'm going to open up the SPS chart here, and let's go to QQQ so we can just review that really quickly. You're rejecting the same spot. So part of me thinks that we're going to be a bear trap today. So we'll get a bear trap, something like this, come down. Everyone's buying puts. We did the reverse, get the 611 calls. 614 calls are your target for either tomorrow or Friday, depending on how NVIDIA's earnings go. But I do think they're going to set up a trap here, either on the upside or the downside, and we'll play the reverse as we see it. And again, we know George is bearish on everything today, which is kind of insane. IWM, probably the same story, honestly. It's going to reject their sweeping liquidity up here. And we've seen this play out over and over again. And I mentioned this for the last couple of weeks. We're going from premiums and discounts and nothing in between. So this is amazing to see. It proves that how we look at liquidity or how I look at liquidity it's pretty accurate for how we've been in this range for the last couple of months. So we did QQQ, SPY, SPX is literally the same story. Like we're consolidation here. We'll see what we get, bear trap or bull trap at open, and then we'll play it accordingly. All right, so we got Aqua covered, we got the defense sector covered. Oh, let's just cover one more thing before I forget. Let's look at SanDisk, SNDK. That's what I was mentioning yesterday. I want to get some comments onto this. I literally bought it at the bottom bar here when they announced whatever their product was, and no one really liked it. They sold off. But we really held this area here, right? And we've been holding this area for the last couple of weeks. So I'm getting some comments because the contracts were $3,000 per contract. And I was like, I'm not risking that much money in the hopes that I can make like 10, 20% there. So you're risking $3,000 to make 300. It doesn't really sit right with me. So I'm getting some comments. When I mentioned I would, and we're up, or at least I'm up here, about 10% roughly, or 5% here from this opening move. And I want to see if I can start scaling out of those comments. I do this like every week. I just buy them here, scale out of them here, 10%, just stacks up over time. It's really nice. And Micron did something similar where I was trying to get some calls by the end of for the end of the week when we tapped this area. So from the low to the high, you're up about 3% on the commons if you took those. And the contracts, I think we're going to see what we get here. But those should start flying by the end of the week. And I think you're coming back towards that 441 area if the indexes and the ETFs hold, which I think they will. I don't see a huge down move or up move right now, and honestly. But market opens in 4 minutes. We're just going to watch and see what happens. If anyone has questions, let me know. But I want to make sure that we are covered on the major tickers that we trade. And all the institutional volume this morning has been bearish. People have been selling. So I do think it's going to be a bull trap and then dump situation. That's the most likely scenario. But I can also see the inverse happen, where the 687 call wall here, or this gamma wall at 687 on SPY holds. And this came in post-close yesterday at 4:15 p.m. So I want to see what happens here. Like, this could be a good layer of support. But it's like, yeah, it's like a bull trap and a bear trap into a bull trap. It's a mix of everything. But do keep in mind the 687 level. If we hold here, which I think we likely will because there's $6.2 billion, then I would want to get calls. And who was messaging me? Yeah, so I'm live everywhere, y'all. But I do the Discord live for the paid members, and that's real time. There's no delay, and YouTube and Twitter are delayed by 5 minutes on average. Okay, we'll see what we get. I'm pretty excited, though. I want to scale out these Oklo calls or sell them for 30-40% gain. I don't know if we get burnt to the ground, honestly. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. We're opening in 2 minutes. The members keep getting added, which is great to see. We're now at like 140 members, which is insane. I was not expecting that to ever happen, but here we are. I love trading SPY, y'all know that, but I want to see what we get here. Do we get a bull trap and then dump, or do we use this as a baseline towards 693? By the way, George did see some coin calls come in, and they're in the money. So if anyone took those, congrats. You're up like 100%, I think, since he alerted them here, which is insane to me. Deep in the money. I think it's like a 300-400% play. I wish I had more than just one. But I'm trying to grow this $100 account every single week, and I start with $100 every Monday and see where that ends up. I'm surprised I'm sitting at $2,000 here, honestly. I'm hella surprised. And I even cashed out $1,000, I think it was Monday, because I was like, I just got to pay bills. Okay, we're going up in about a minute. Let's see what we get. The two on watch for me are Oklo and SPY right now. Yeah, exactly. Happy wife, happy life. I really like that. There's your manipulation candle. We're up 45% on these Oklo calls. I'm going to sell one at $1.25. I'm happy with the gains. I'll leave one for fun and see where that ends up. And I'm happy with that gain there. 42% in 1 day. Pretty good. There's your manipulation candle on Oklo as well. Start trimming those calls if you got them. And let's open up the SPY chart now that I have a free runner basically on the Oklo calls. We'll see where we're gonna end up. Oklo, I think we're up again on these calls. Let's just see what the value is. 50%. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not bad for an overnight play. Okay, let's see what we get. I really want to watch the first 5 minutes because this happens every day. And if we miss a play, that's really fine. I don't want to chase anything. We might be going towards 693 here. We'll be patient. We'll trust the process. I don't think George opened anything, or at least not that I can see. Did he? Oh, he did open something. Oh, no, he didn't. You're just giving us the ideas. All right, cool. All right, let's go look at the put premiums while we're here, because I do think they're going to start increasing. Okay, let's just watch 690, right? It's at 255 right now on the calls, and 690 puts are 141, 151. See how they're increasing? That should be suspicious to you all. And he's open puts. All right. I was thinking of doing the exact same thing. He got in the money puts though, which is insane. So what I'm going to do here is risk $200. Get 2 of these. I'm going to see if I can get them at a discount here at 90. George might be early, but I want to make sure that I can do this the right way and trust my process of getting things at a discount. So I'm going to buy these puts at 688p. Rest $180 from the $100 gain that I made in the last, sorry, not $100, $1,000 gain that I made in the last couple of days. And I'm happy with that risk and reward there. Because I know that whatever George has said here, and based on the read that I just went through before when the call started, like I think we're going to dump down here. This is the bull trap to get down. And let's see if my order has filled. I don't think it has. And these are my hedges. I don't think any of them will work, but who knows? I've been standing corrected before. 688 puts should be filled. Oh no, they're $1. See how those premiums increase? Oh, that's insane. I don't want to chase it. I'd rather get it at the discount. Do not chase whatever you do. See how those increase? Like we saw them at 90, now they're $1 here. Let them manipulate. I think George is right. He might be slightly early, but we'll see. He got them in the money too, 692 puts. That's a strategy that I use on my main account. So that's cool to see that he's picked up on that too. Well, that's a sniper entry from him. If you do like the risk and reward, I would take the 687 puts. They're the same price that I was trying to get them at.
Shabs, can you zoom in on that window, please? Command plus.
Here?
Yeah. The white space on the right of the window is just hard. I can't see. Yeah. Just zoom in there.
I'm trying. I mean, that's why I'm talking through it.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, let's see if this order has filled or not. I think it will. I'm pretty confident it does fill. This is why I don't want to chase. If I got them on $1 and they're down by $3, I don't like that. This is why I love limit buys and limit sells. In like 95% of cases, it works for me. Where I get the fill that I want on both sides. Hopefully it fills. I don't want to chase it. I really don't. I like the risk and reward for 687 here, which is the same support level that we just went over pre-market. And that's where you have your $6.3 billion gamma wall. Okay, what I'm going to do is a bit different than what I was originally expecting. Let's just make sure my order didn't fill. George is right and bang on these puts. So I really like that he was able to get in. And what I want to do is get the 687s at 75, and I want to get 3 of these at 0.75. There we go. And again, I'm just risking all the gains, or not all the gains, but the $200 that I made in the last couple of days. Our 687 has been filled at 75. Great. I'm happy with those. And what I'm going to do is cancel the order that I placed, which I don't think will fill. So I'm going to cancel that. 688 put. And we'll see where this goes. Oh, you open up QQQ puts as well. That's cool to see. 613 puts and the money as well. Cool. Let's see if he's made any money on these. He probably has not, because it's too early here at in the 5-minute bar. We see this happening over and over again, where we're rejecting this 690 area. If it closes above 691, I will cut the puts and get calls instead. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I have full conviction that we're going to dump down towards 688, maybe 687. Get 2% on those puts. And what I'm going to do Just watch for the next 5-minute candle to form up, and then we'll decide what we want to do there. Meanwhile, let's go look at QQQ, see if anything interesting is happening. There's your high of day. This is the same rejection point as we saw before. Let's see if it rejects. I think it will. And I'm going to mute someone here who is creating an echo. Apologies. But QQQ, same story. You're going to likely reject from this area. But if tech is strong, we might be able to catch bids. Let's go see what we get. And once again, it's okay to be wrong, but I want to diamond hands this one. I do think we're going to dump down. I'm sure you all get nervous when the candles go against what you were originally thinking of. But again, we've got to trust the process here. We know that we're going to be right 9 out of 10 times and wrong 1 out of those 10 times, and that's totally fine. It's looking like a nice rejection here, though. So I really like that. I like how that's shaping up. And just so you know what I'm seeing here, there's that same area that kicked off this rejection here. And then we went down towards like a $20 difference there between 690 and 677. That's crazy. And we'll see where this goes. Has it started ripping up or no? It's like an indecision candle. They can't decide if they want to go up or down. I think it's down first, then up. IWM leads, SPY down. IWM leads, QQQ down. I like that. SPX leads, RADA's up. Great. They're in lockstep. That's amazing. That's good to see. We're 88% aligned up across all indices and ETFs. I like how that goes. George is still saying there's a conflict between retail buying and institutions selling. That's good to see. He's still bearish. I like that. Gives us some confidence. It's approaching a stop loss. Again, he might be right. Just early. Totally fine. Let him do it. Really can't decide what to do here, huh? That's suspicious. So the call premium's increasing. Let's see. Not really. They're decreasing here. Let's just watch 693. See if it goes from 83 to like 90 or something. I don't think it will. All right, we've got a closure above 690 here. So I might be cutting these puts.
Right now, we have a low score of entropy.
Yeah. They're just no volume once again. It's Wednesday, huh? They might just shop. Although it's double what we had yesterday, which is kind of nice. I don't want to straddle this either. I don't want to get calls and puts at the same time. All right, we'll give it till 9:45, and then we'll decide what we want to do with this. What's suspicious to me is the put premiums are holding. That's what I don't like. If they wanted to pump this up, this wouldn't hold. Oh, by the way, I did add this a couple of days ago, but it's good to see it here. QQQ, you're drawing from QQQ to IWM. IWM is going to SPY, and then IWM is going to QQQ, and then SPX and Rudder in lockstep. So that cross asset and ticker correlation is really, really intelligent. I think it's good to see how that's shaping up. See how the put premiums are increasing here? Like, I don't like that. And then this has dropped down. We saw it pump up towards 680, rather, and then now it's back to 81. And these are increasing, which I think is the right call for the puts here. So let's see what we're going to get in the next 5-minute candle.
I think he was early again.
He hasn't closed it, so I'm optimistic that he does. He is right on the money there. Watching the put premiums go up, which is insane. I really like that. I like that because we have puts. But I wonder what they're going to do here. See how that went from like 135 to like 150 almost? That's suspicious. Closed position. I just closed it for a loss, I think. Let's see. I took an L on that one. Oh, no, it's still open. No, I closed it for an L. That's totally fine. That happens. All right, now watch it dump now that he stopped out. It's just going to go down. He's like, fuck, I was early. It's okay. It happens. At least he's a good trader. It's going to dump. Just trust. It might just take a while. I mean, we got some good moves for the last 2 days. I don't know if we get it today. It doesn't always happen, but I trust the process. And if we're wrong 10% of the time, we're wrong 10% of the time. We're not going to win every single game. And by the way, just so everyone knows why I also got these puts. They're better at risk and reward compared to buying calls at the top, because this is a zone that we rejected from over and over again. The way that I'm thinking about this is, either we close above this and go towards 693, which is unlikely, and I don't want to chase there, or we reject here, which we are doing so far, and come back down towards that 687 area. So let's see where we end up. But no movement in the past 10 minutes. All right, we got our first 15-minute bar. I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame now, and now I can observe a bit more holistically and see if we want to cut these puts for calls. Honestly, I don't think they can decide what they want to do. We've been stuck in this 97-cent range for the past 15 minutes. I wonder if QQQs are catching bid. Yeah, they're going up. All right. Okay, we're going to cut these puts and get calls. All right, I'm going to get the 694s, get 4 of these. Wow, those premiums just jumped up like crazy. What the hell just happened? Okay, again, 200 bucks. We'll do that. We'll go down. I'm going to hold 2 of these just in case it does dump down. I'm going to sell 2 out of 3 and keep that as a hedge. We took a 20% loss on that one. Totally fine. And we got these calls that are now up a little bit. Okay, they're up 10%. And the reason I switched my scenario there is because we closed above the candle here that I was looking for on the 15-minute. So that's where we got. these calls. All right, 10% on the calls. If it goes 20%, we've made money or broke even on the other bet trade. Apologies, y'all. It does happen. And we'll see where this ends up. All right, well, try and move faster. I'm going to sell all these because these are now dead. Modify. What's the market price here? 53. I'll take a 20% loss. Totally fine. 180 to 106. And then we're up on these calls. Nice. And let's see what we get today. Yeah, set limit buys and sells. All right, we've broken even on the other bad trade, so I'm happy with that. Let's see where this ends up. And I got 2, I think, or 3. How many did I get? I got 4. Oh, shit. Oversized there a little bit, but it's totally fine. I'm going to sell 2 of these at 100%. Hopefully we get that. So 2. We got them at 57. What the hell is 57 times? I want to get a 20% gain on top. So 114. I want to sell this at 1.20. I'll make the principal back plus an extra $40. Let's see. And if they bull trapped us to go down, I'll be very sad. I guess then we fell into the trap. But I do believe in the process and that we are closing above. Your next target is 693.55. Close above that, we're going towards 694.38. Okay. Yeah, I know. It feels like a trap on both sides. We just don't know what trap they're setting. Like I said, a bull trap. They've also set a bear trap. We have no idea. That's why we shouldn't play NVDA earnings. We should take a note of that and not do that next time. Because we made this mistake twice now. Closed position. Yeah, we know you closed. Okay, we're still up on these calls. I like that. You could have got the same entry like twice. You saw this like bounce around a little bit. Go to 0 and then come back up 10%. Now 11%. And I've already set the limit sells to sell 2 of them at 120%. So I'll make back the principal plus the loss that I had on the puts and make them back on the calls here. So I'm not walking away with a red portfolio. Okay, we're still up 10% on these calls. All right, market makers can't decide what they want to do, honestly. The premiums are dropping. The premiums are dropping here. We're filling this imbalance right now at 692. Has not been filled. We're coming up right there. That same rejection zone. Okay, I'm going to draw a level here because I think we've now seen that twice. And I'm going to put the text here added. What's the date today? 25th. Rejection zone. Possible rejection zone. Is the volume picking up at least? Okay, we added $1 million there. We can't do much. I mean, if you're up on the call, just take the win, honestly. It's been a slow morning. I didn't think we were gonna. Well, I guess the NVIDIA ER explains it. It's all good. We'll see what happens. Still got time. I don't like how the call premiums have dropped, but they're coming back up, so I like that. You're up 10%. Just take the, if I were you, I'd take the win, but I want to wait till I get my 100% here. 13, 14. Okay, now we're getting volume 20%. Nice. We negated the losses from earlier. That's cool. And did the institutional volume come up? Oh yeah, they're buying. Okay, they're buying. No gamma exposure though. That's kind of sus. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look at the Oclo chart. Okay, there's your inside bar. Now you're ripping. Are these Oclo calls up? Let's have a runner in that. $39%. All right, I'm gonna take the win on this one as well. I'm just gonna stack the gains because I like to just have cash. And I'm gonna sell it again at 130. Hopefully that fills, and I'm happy with the process there. SPY calls should still be green, 10% again. You saw them peak to 20%. Just take the win at 20 if I were you. Break even on a day at least. By the way, when you see this SMT divergence conflict, that means smart money is either selling or buying, and the retail is doing the exact opposite, and they're doing this across all the tickers. So there's a divergence between SPY and SPX, or SPY and RUT, or SPY and IWM. And we'll see where this ends up. We have an equal amount of buyers and sellers on QQQ right now, it seems like. And same thing with SPY. Oh, sorry, IWM looks like the same situation. More buys on SPY than sells, so I'm optimistic that this goes towards the upside before dumping down. 60% buy side on Qs, 63% buy side on SPY, and let's see if anything else came in. Okay, they're starting the buys now. All the puts are being sold. What? The call premium just dropped. What happened? No, you're going to go up. What are we waiting for? What's Easy saying? I don't like us ripping into the NVDA print. Yeah, I think you're right. If it does rip before NVIDIA earnings, it's going to dump hard tomorrow. So just be cautious of that. Wow, this bar got stuck. It looks like it's frozen. Nothing's happening. Okay, I'm going to go to the 5-minute, which I don't like to do because I don't get the most signals there. We're rejecting here, but this is also setting up a nice base to go up. What I'm seeing here is like you double tap this area and then go up. But if it does reject here on the 15, which hasn't, if we do close below on the 15 here by 10 a.m., they might just be stuck in this $2 range. And at that point, I'm just going to hold the calls and diamond hands them. I have one put left that I'm holding, but I'm not playing that $2 range. It's not in our best interest to do this. Between 692 and 690, I would suggest we all just sit out at that point down and wait till the end of the day. Yeah, seems like gamma exposure agrees. We're going to be pinned here, but let's see. I made money on the Oclo call, so I'm happy with that. There's your Oclo rip. And I think Oclo's going to be stuck, same story, just stuck within this $2 range between 66 and 64. If it does go higher and goes towards the 68, 70 area, then I'll be pretty happy. But I don't know if we're going to get that today. Rejection on Qs, rejection on SPY. No movement. All right, we're going to be pinned until the end of the day. Whoa, one of these options just jumped up in price. What happened? Oh wait, is ASTS catching bids? Is that why? Hold on, I just gotta check something. Ah, that's why. I got some ASTS options for the end of the week, 90Cs. I was like, why are they up? I see why. I see the vision, all right. And George hasn't opened any trades. He's like, I'm sitting out. We're in pin zone. This is not ideal. Whoa, lace calls are up. That's cool. Yeah, we're worried now that we're stuck in this $2 range. I don't want to play that. That's not ideal for anyone. Let's see if anything else is looking interesting. There's your nuke on defense. Glad I got out there. Is gold doing anything interesting? It's trying. Silver doing anything interesting? Probably also trying. Oh, that's a nice gap, but rejecting so far. Tesla rejected right at 420. Probably comes down towards 408. Don't want to chase that. Yeah, nothing's happening. It's not dumping. It's not pumping. It's stuck in this. Let's go measure this out. From 690.97 to 691.10. You got what, a 20-cent premium there? Like nothing's happening in this 20-cent range. Nothing's happening anywhere else. Why did we do the NVDA ER? Damn it. Made this mistake twice in a row now. I gotta add a note to myself and for George not to play NVIDIA earnings. Recaps, not to play the day's NVIDIA reports earnings. Lesson for next time. Will program into George. No, if it's whack PA now, when the volume is the highest, it's not going to be any better during the second half of the day until 3:30 probably. I'm going to diamond enhance those calls and just see where we end up. I'm not worried about them. We made a lot of money this week anyways. I'm up from $100 that I started with on Monday to about a $2,000 increase. So I've 10x that. It's okay to lose once out of 9 times. Once out of 10 times rather. I mean, we'll see. I kind of want to add more here. Would that be a weird situation? I'm getting a 20% discount on the calls. I made money on Okla calls, so why not? Okay, we're going to do 2 more at 96. That's true degen gambling here. Now I have 6 contracts at 50 average. That's cool. Wait, did it not fill? Oh, because it went up, I see. Modify, get this at 48. Now I'm going to keep it at 48. I don't want to chase that either. Calls are back. Calls are coming back. Slowly. Slowly they're coming back. Oh, I think my order filled on the 2 extra contracts there. Okay, we're going to go up on these calls. That's nice. Hopefully someone got a better entry than we did, or I did. Okay, we're at break even. Whoa, is Rocket Lab going? Hold on, let me check something. Oops. RKLB. Oh man, I saw that happening in real time too. Yeah, no movement. All right, we're going to be stuck in this range. Let's not play it. All right, I'm going to end the stream. I'm holding these calls. I added 2 more at 48, so I have 6 contracts at 50 average now. I'm going to sell 3 out of 6 at 110 roughly, and I'll leave 2 runners just to see where those end up. But yeah, NVIDIA earnings, I should have known there was going to be chop. I don't know why I didn't remember that this morning. Anyways, we'll see where it goes. I'm pretty optimistic those calls come back. But we took the loss on the 688 puts by 20%. Recuperated that on the calls. And let's see if we break even or make some money on these calls. If they do, great. If not, this will be the first loss we've had on the opening move in about, was it 2 weeks now? So we did 7 days, no losses in the morning. This might be the first one. But if it comes back, I'm going to chalk it up as a win. I think it does come back, though. But we'll see where we end up. All right, take it easy, y'all. We'll see you at 3:30.